This is the second video in our series about making the CARES Act actionable. You decided as a participant you have to take money out. You don't have another source of money during the pandemic. How much should you actually take out? How much should you withdraw or borrow? If we don't give people some guidance, some rules of thumb, they might actually create their own rules of thumb. Let me give you an example from a study I've done with Richard Taylor about 15 years ago. We looked at the saving rates of people in a huge plan. You will notice that not only some people save 6% to get the full match in that plan, that many people actually saved a round number. They picked 10% or 15%. In this case, they picked 16% because it was the maximum. There was another rule of thumb that people have used. As soon as the maximum was changed, as soon as the limit been lifted, as the tax code been changed, and people were able to save 100% of their pay up to the dollar cap, you would notice that more people are saving at 10 and 15. Round numbers attract people. So, that's not a horrible rule of thumb. If you're debating between 9, 10, and 11 and you just pick 10 because it's a round number, no problem. But I'm concerned that when people decide about how much to take out of their 401k plan, a vivid, salient rule of thumb might be the maximum. If you don't know what you would need, they might accidentally take a loan for the full $100,000. Or if they have $13,000 in their account, again, they might just take the $13,000. So, what can we suggest to people? We don't know a lot about their individual circumstances, how much they need for their spendings, what happened to their spouse economically during the pandemic. So here's a rule of thumb, though, that we can actually suggest. Take half of your initial estimate. Whatever the amount was, take half. Why? First of all, the expenses might go down during the pandemic. We can't dine out. So a lot of categories in our budget have been eliminated, and we know that spending gone down dramatically during the pandemic. You might not need all the money. But if you do, go back and take the second half. Now, there's a little caveat here, of course, that some employers only offer one loan. I think that restriction does not work well during the pandemic. I'm concerned that participants would take a huge loan, the maximum, just in case, because they know they can't go back to take a second loan. So this might be a good time to actually lift the restriction and allow multiple loans so people can actually take half or can take little now, and only if they need more, they come back to take more.